Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. And we have a situation here. I guess there was a primary in Detroit last Tuesday, and there was a race going on between Representative Bettie Cook Scott. She's a Democrat out of Detroit, and her opponent, Representative Stephanie Chang, also out of Detroit. Um, Miss Bettie Cook Scott is alleged to have referred to Chang as Ching Chang and a Ching Chong. Oh, the Ching Chong to voters outside of polling precincts. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of electioneering too. But um, she's also um, is accused of calling one of Chang's campaign volunteers as an immigrant, saying that you don't belong here and I want you out of my country. Wow, that MAGA attitude is surely is spreading around to everyone, even the Democrats. Shoot, I don't know, man. I was like I don't get some people. So they got multiple groups calling for an apology from Miss Scott. Hey y'all, does this sound familiar? Would you take a listen? Let's talk about Chinese people with their kung fu and all that silly chang chang chong talk. I can't understand you. Go back to your country, white power. Yeah, that has a familiar ring. She looked like she took a page out of Dave Chappelle's Black White Supremacist uh, skit. I would say this would probably be a way of explaining the whole Chang Chang Chong thing. It's like, what is up with this? Nope. And here we got pictured. We have Representative Bettie Cook Scott, the offender, and the offendee, Stephanie Chang. Oh man. Oh man. I mean, you hear these stories, you have to talk about them. Is somebody out there going to say this is reverse racism? I don't believe in a term like reverse racism because that means that you're telling black people that they're actually going through the extra mile to be racist towards someone. This is kind of racist. I mean, I would never go in anywhere and say about any Asian person Chang Chong. Like that's racist as fuck. And I mean, like as black people, like we want to be able to get away with being racist toward others, but we don't look at the racism that we divulge out ourselves and see even the racism that we divulge to ourselves. So we as a people sometimes we have to look at our own hypocrisy when talking about the subject of racism, and this is definitely one of those cases. I don't know. Maybe she went to an Asian hair salon. Didn't like what she was like. Election day's tomorrow, y'all. I want y'all to do these eyebrows good. And then I don't know. she may be upset about that. But since then, Miss Scott has, first of all, she lost the race to Chang. So she lost the primary. Miss Chang, Stephanie Chang won the primary. Number two, that's a fellow Democrat. Democrats, we supposed to be sticking together. We're at a time where and I shouldn't say we. I don't know if I consider myself a Democrat, but Democrats got spanked, and they for some reason they keep getting spanked. I mean, and it's not the fault of just the Democrats. It's some of it's the fault of ignorance as well. Ignorant people going along with dumb narratives, and this might signify some trouble within the party. The Democrats need to work together. If you want me to be perfectly honest, because 2020 will be here before you know it. It's like we don't need any bullshit. So y'all need to get it together and help us pull this thing off. But this is a very stupid thing that happened. I'm sure it made Miss Cook look stupid. And she did issue an apology for the remarks. And I quote from Miss Bettie Cook Scott: I deeply regret the comments I made that have proven hurtful to so many. Those are words I never should have said. I humbly apologize to Representative Chang, her husband, Mr. Gray, and to the broader Asian American community for those disparaging remarks. In the divisive age we find ourselves in, I should not contribute further to that divisiveness. I have reached out to Representative Chang to meet with her so that I may apologize to her in person. I pray that she and the Asian American community can find it in their hearts to forgive me. Wow. And this apology came after her comments went viral. I mean, I don't know what she was thinking and saying all that stuff in the first place. It's like you had to have known that you are a public figure and something like that is not smart. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a shame on black people. It's a shame on you as an individual. That's how it should be looked at. But all I'm saying is get if you were sincere about your apology, then hey, I accept your apology. But you got to admit it's pretty stupid in the first place. I don't know what you were thinking. Maybe it was stress. It was something. It was something. Yeah, and yeah, it was pretty stupid. I mean, like I said, personally, I wouldn't go in talking about anyone like that in a public place. As a public figure, you're supposed to be representative of the people. There are uh, many different races of people that these politicians represent. Yeah, and you know what? And then we know who some of these conservatives represent. But if you're on if you're on the side of people of color, we're the ones that need to be like way more solid. If you just examine everything that's happened with all the facts presented, it seems like the Republicans are at least somewhat unified. Well, I don't know. I just turning this to a political chat. I mean, yeah, I mean it's politics, but Miss Cook, it was stupid. You should not have said that to anyone, especially during an election. But I'm just one of those people that like to let the people decide. I'm not gonna sit up there and say don't vote. Like, what if she went around and saying, don't vote for the jigaboo, something like that. I do apologize for using that word, by the way. I mean, but what if she just went around and said that, hey, you know what? Why don't you stop her from passing out fried chicken or something like that? Yeah, that would be very offensive to us. It'll be offensive to me if I heard someone like that say that. So I don't know. Just gotta think before we open our mouths sometime. All right, if you like what we're putting out, please subscribe. Just a little food for thought. Is like sometimes that we may need to watch as a people and as a community. We need to watch how we treat people because we never know how things can get out. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in and please subscribe.